Good evening or afternoon, everyone, depending on where you are. Let's go ahead and head right on in to Lesko Help 2. And, oh, this is where I'm working right now. I'm all caught up with my notifications, and the floor is all caught up. All of our unanswered posts are caught up. So I've been working in the material to get for Miss Julia for the car repair. Look, guys, we already have 8 pages of these beautiful resources for you guys that Julia will break down and make more usable. I must have this open somewhere else. Anyway, that's kind of funny. I have documents open all over the place. It's not that surprising, but this is going to be really good. And this is the next Unlock Your Goal space that is going to be released. And I'm sure Julia will call it something a little bit more fun, but it's about vehicles or car and car repair, right? Excuse me. And so jumping in to Let's Go Help 2, we were kind of just behind the scenes playing around, giving everybody a moment to join us here in Country Living and Business Plus Pets. And Miss Wendy Lucius happened to bring up that she's had some difficulties with her computer and with her phone. And before anyone in our community ever pays anyone when you're struggling with your devices, please ask us for the Lesko report, the troubleshooting guide. Okay, so we have a troubleshooting guide that will just help you all out so often. And I haven't had to pay for anything outside of my Dell warranty package, right? It's some sort of package that I do continue to pay like $250 a year for, and I can't stand Dell, and I wish Gateway were still a device creator, and it's just so frustrating. I think they maybe make laptops. I'm addicted to desktops. I need a desktop computer. And so that's the only thing I pay for, but that's a yearly service that I pay for. Outside of that, I rarely have to use it because I can use this troubleshooting guide. This is a lifesaver. So many times it has helped members of our community, of our staff, and our volunteers. And it is just very comprehensive troubleshooting guide. Not all steps will apply to a phone. It's really geared more towards a computer or a laptop, but there are still a lot of steps that you can follow on a phone as well to help get that cleaned up and hopefully functioning much better. And with all of the current scam-like activity that we've seen globally and people hacking and doing all of this nasty stuff, right? I had to clean my device from malware. Somebody was trying to steal my stuff and steal my information, get access to my device, gosh knows. And so there are 2 new steps in there about removing malware from your devices, okay? And do be careful, guys. It's an ever more troublesome world. And that's not even just online, and certainly not only for our community. I think you're safer if you pay attention to our warnings and to our talking points about all of these types of things. I think you're safer than the average American citizen. So that is not a negative, that's a positive for you guys. However, it doesn't matter if you're talking online, in your emails, in your texts, phone calls, physical mailing, people approaching you with scams. I mean, they are so rife. When the economy takes downturns, there are always people trying to not work for their money. They're trying to steal it or scam it from someone else. But that increases so dramatically when economies struggle. And of course, we all know that there is a constant upheaval going on with our economy and to some degree with the world's economy right now. So definitely those thieves are thick, right? Thick as thieves, and the thieves are thick. Be careful out there. This is a way to help to keep yourself protected. Regularly, I would run through this. I would just bookmark this report myself. If I were any of you or any of you watching in the future, I would bookmark this report and pull it up anytime your devices are acting badly and you are not having problems with your internet service, okay? And so we'll post that. And I won't notify everyone, but if anybody wants me to add their name to that post, please just go ahead and let me know, and I'll be happy to tag you in that post. And so, all right, go ahead. And who is speaking? Is it Vanessa? Vanessa? Okay, yeah. Let's throw you on there, my dear. Absolutely. And let's see you too, once I get you tagged, if Mr. Benny is also interested. Oh, now I can't see. Oh, and gosh, there's a lot of Vanessas with a W after their name. Okay. Oh, gracious, I hit something wrong there. Let's see. We were just tagging you. That's right. Okay, so there you are, my dear. Anyone else? And let's check for Benny. Benny would like it as well. There we go. I love your emojis in your name. And Miss Charity. Okay, let's just make sure. Okay, that's everybody so far. All right, guys, it's a really, really great document. Anytime anybody in like the staff or the volunteers or my daughter or anyone, I'm just like, well, have you run the troubleshooting guide? Have you run the troubleshooting guide? You need to run the troubleshooting guide. Sounds like the troubleshooting guide might be of assistance. You know, I've said it so many times. It's so funny internally, as well as, of course, sharing it with any member who is having similar struggles. It's very, very nice. It is not generally things that I know. It is things that I have gotten from different articles or from the Mighty Networks community, different things that I've done because people have told me to, etc. All of that. So it's really, really good. It's really comprehensive, and it will actually work miracles sometimes on your devices. All right, so here we are in Country Living and Business plus Pets, and we're a pretty small class. Do we have any comments or questions about that topic area? Please just go ahead and unmute yourselves if that's the case. We don't need to worry about raising our hands with just 7 of us here. Nothing? All right, well, I do want to tear into something a little bit with you before we open up the floor to open-ended questions. So this is ATTRA, and that is a project of the National Center for Appropriate Technology. Whew. And I don't know. No, ATTRA is a project of NCAT, that's the National Center for Appropriate Technology. And I can never remember. It's the National Sustainable Agriculture Information Service, but it has nothing to do with the acronym ATTRA. That's really strange. No wonder I never can remember. ATTRA services include, and it is, as you can see, agriculturally minded with the National Center for Appropriate Technology covering sustainable agriculture, okay? And so they answer questions about specific sustainable farming practices. They help farmers, ranchers, agricultural professionals, and educators. They offer toll-free phone assistance service in English and Spanish, hosting a website with more than 400 free publications. And I believe this is the list of publications. I know this is a list of publications. I believe it's the same one they mentioned there. And they're in both English and Spanish. They respond to thousands of technical assistance requests each year. So that's really good for me to know, right? Because I'm actually experiencing some weird technical, in fact, I can show you guys really quickly. Let me just stop my share to make sure there's nothing I don't want everybody seeing and recording. And I will jump in here really quickly to, okay, my phone is, my computer's being insanely slow. There we go. Okay, here we go. Now let me get back in and share. All right, so here we are. And this is an email that I got from Google Services, right? The Search Console team. That's the people that handle search engine algorithms and God knows what all. And it says, new reason preventing your pages from being indexed. I don't even know what the heck that means. And I've done a little bit of research on it, and I haven't been able to quite figure it out. And I've now sent it to my SBDC mentor because I got another one. And I think I tried to follow it through and maybe did something weird that was just so weird that I can't even remember it. I don't really understand what they're telling me here. So now I know that I can reach out to ATTRA and try to get help to get that problem corrected. Also, when I'm talking about the community that I have that's free to all Lesko Help members, your friends, your family, everyone in the world, it's a nonprofit element now of the for-profit business that I've had going for about 5 years in October. And I'm struggling with this concept of trying to get members and content creators. And so it's this chicken and the egg problem. And the solution that the SBDC mentor that I work with here in the Tooele, Utah State University Extension, office, right? The extension office. We talk about these extension offices. We have one. I can walk. We talked about it at our last meeting this Monday about how he's centered right over here, and I could literally get out of my house and walk. It would probably take me, if I'm walking slowly, it would probably take me 2 hours to walk over there, but it's probably about 2 miles away from where I am. So funny. And so the solution that he came up with was adding a nonprofit element to Collectively Rewilding, where I go out and I get sponsorships and donations to pay for having this forum hosted so that anyone can join for free. We'll have a class tonight. You're all welcome to join, right? And that's what Megan and I will talk about tomorrow. That's Megan P in our Let's Go Help 2 community. She is working with me as a class for all of you to go along with us to add that nonprofit element to my for-profit business, so you guys can see this step-by-step process that she is working with me on, right? And that she works with other people on, and that's useful for anyone starting a nonprofit. And so one of the areas that I need help with, again, is that in order to get to my site, so let me just pull up an alternative site that I don't use all the time. Ethel actually manages this now, Ethel Grant. And so I'm just going to type, okay, I've been here too much. Let's go to an incognito tab on this one. Hopefully it won't work like that. It's going to work like that. Okay, let me do something different here. Let me think. This one should be good. Okay, so this one I do still manage, but nobody sends me any emails on it. It's just for the Let's Go holiday report, right? But we've moved way past where that originally started. So if I just type, and I've done it here too much too. Oh my good gosh. Okay. If a person that hasn't searched for my business types in just the words Collectively Rewilding, I think I have one other that I can try. Let's try one other. Okay, here we go. I'm going to just type in Collectively Rewilding and then see what happens. And it is actually at the top of the search, which is wonderful because I've worked really hard for that, but it didn't used to work like that because you had to type the www in previously. I don't know if Mighty Networks, where I also host Collectively Rewilding, like Let's Go Help 2 from Matthew Lesko, is on Mighty Networks. And my YouTube channel is at the top. Oh, that's so exciting. I'm so happy. This is actually my content creator space and my Facebook situation, and then you get to a different business, right? This is some weird research laboratory. Their collective rewilding efforts take place in a lab. Isn't that not bizarre? And that's who I was competing with originally. So when Megan and I hosted our Friday class, Action Plan for Your Nonprofit, that was one of the things we talked about, and that I was aware when I initially came up with this name that I had a direct competitor simply for the name, not for the topic. And I said, I don't care. They don't have a large presence. They're not trying to have a large presence. I am trying to have a large presence. And it has a completely different context. It has a totally different business ideology behind it, all of these things, right? And so now I'm beating them out, as I knew I would at some point eventually if I maintained my structure. And so that's something that I also talk with you guys about over in Collectively Rewilding, some of those steps that I'm taking that don't necessarily have to do with what we have to do here in Let's Go Help 2. And I'm going to be having a new class next week about community outreach, how to do community outreach in your area, which we talk about a little bit here in in Let's Go Help 2. And let's go back to where we were. So that's what I'm troubleshooting, and I can approach ATTRA for, right? But that's something that we cover here in Collectively Rewilding, but only a little bit, talking about how you can reach out to these nonprofits, how you can reach out to your town or your city council, things like that. But we don't actually work those steps together very often in this community. It's more of a perspective that we share with you, a process that we share with you, encourage you to do, help you to find the contact information to do that for yourself. Whereas in Collectively Rewilding, we're going to walk through that process together and walk through how it would work to set up a community garden, walk through getting in touch with city council. Tooele is about 50,000 people, and so it is technically a city, and I do believe they call themselves a city. It's kind of an open designation that you can call yourself a town, or like the Hamptons, that's a village, and they actually have a village council. Isn't that funny? So it's a kind of this open-ended terminology that different towns and cities use across the United States. There's not an official designation. However, 50,000 typically denotes a city. And that's where you stop being able to get some of those rural opportunities and things, which is such a bummer for me. I'm obviously in a rural situation. The end of the street, which is 2 houses down from me, is where it just ends. There's no developed anything beyond that. It's not actually wild because it's still degraded by human interaction, but it has no development. But I'm not considered rural, right? For some things I absolutely still can work that way. Just some of the areas that we deal with when we're looking for these grant and grant-like opportunities, right? Oh goodness, guys, I am so much better, but my husband and I are quitting smoking cigarettes, and I'm so excited about it. We've really got to do it. He got one of the scary words. We still haven't actually followed the steps to find out if the scary word has any relativity to his life. I don't think that it's going to. We're definitely going to follow those steps. But he's a slowpoke when it comes to taking care of his medical, unfortunately. However, we have to quit smoking cigarettes. And so it does cost money. I don't know if it's cheaper yet or more expensive than smoking cigarettes. I'm thinking it's going to be cheaper, but we're using 2 different products that are not vaping. They are not putting any yucky stuff in you. They have no chemicals. I'm not an affiliate. I just believe that anybody that wants to quit smoking should have all the tools in the tool belt that they can. And so I used our resources to join 1-800-QUIT NOW, and they haven't followed through. I'm a little disappointed. I signed up for both texts and emails and as support and encouragement, and they didn't follow through on that. They did send me my gum and my patches. And I've used the gum, and we're also using something called Puffy Air, Puffi Air, Puffy Air, and it actually is a diffuser of essential oils, and it allows you to breathe out a cloud of essential oils that have been diffused. So they're really neat little devices, and they actually have chemically more naturally derived chemicals that will interact with your lungs and things that are claimed by the product that it will help your body remove the phlegm from smoking cigarettes and things like that. And so that's what we're dealing with right now, right? It's really stuck trying to work that junk out of me. Pretty amazing. Yes, Vanessa, please go ahead. And really quickly though, the other product is called, I think, FUM, F-U with 2 dots to accent the U-M, and it is just breathing in flavored air. It doesn't even diffuse. There's no exhalation of a cloud of anything, and that cloud, I really like that. My husband really likes that, and we really love the flavors of the Puffy Air, whereas the FUM is good, but not as positive for us. And so please go ahead, Vanessa.
Did you get the Puffy Air through the 1-800-STOP SMOKING, or did you buy it separately?
No, you have to pay for Puffy Air.
Okay.
Yeah, 1-800-QUIT NOW sent me the patches and the cigarettes for free. And for anyone trying to quit smoking, I have a whole, let's see here, a whole report put together for you guys, one of our Lesko reports about smoking cessation. I didn't want to say quit smoking. I want it to be like more positive wording around the thought process. So I called it the smoking cessation series. And I just dived right in and went into 1-800-QUIT NOW. I think this 802-QUIT turned into 1-800-QUIT NOW. And that's why when I started there, it basically took me to a different one. And then I still have Be Tobacco Free. There's all these different resources and here and some graphics that are really like, yeah, I think that quitting would be a wonderful thing, right? So we have that. Definitely anybody wanting to stop smoking, please, please ask for this. Here is the 1-800-QUIT-NOW website for the Utah login. Each place has their own, each state meaning. And then this is what Puffy Air is. I canceled our FOOM subscription, or I put it on hold because we like these so much better. And again, I'm not an affiliate. I just believe in quitting smoking, and they taste so good. We haven't tried the sleep support or the liver support yet. I did just order a new round to make sure we didn't run out. And instead of just getting the 2-pack with the energy diffuser and the lung cleanse diffuser, I got a 4-pack with all of them. That is the most cost-effective method, and I bought 2 rounds, one for him, one for myself, and that was even more cost-effective. And so I got 8 of these, one of each kind for both of us, for right at $100, and then there was like the tax, but it didn't have a cost for shipping. And so we're paying about $150 for cigarettes. No, excuse me, $300 for cigarettes every month. So if we can keep it to even $200 and we buy 2 rounds of these a month and we are done with the cigarettes, we'll be saving money, even just $100 for us. That's a big amount. That's $1,200 over the year, right? And then since we've talked about this and Miss Vanessa is interested, FOOM is this double dot accent, right? FOOM, the good habit. It's so cute if you buy the non-disposable one, right? The reusable. We're sustainable all the way whenever possible. So we got that instead of one that you throw away. You're also limited on the flavors you can get if you get the disposable. And so it's called the Good Habit. And they sent us these little stickers that, like, if you wanted to get into it, my husband, he put stickers on his disc golf stuff. And I like them on my car, and they're not quality enough to put on the car. They'll just turn to junk way too quickly, but really cute. The Good Habit, right? And they have like punk rock angel wings and a halo as their emblem. It's really cute. And so they have a subscription service, and they have about, I don't know, probably at least 10 to 12 different flavors. And they're just these little bitty, and I'm just certain they're essential oils as well, but it's not a diffuser. So it's a different sort. You're just breathing air through a flavored core, and you just change out the core, and they have like cinnamon and mango and orange vanilla swirl, raspberry lemonade. They have a peppermint, and they have a spearmint. They have several different flavors. And that part I like about it. I started with the peppermint that it came with, but I use peppermint for my headaches, and I don't really like peppermint that much anymore. I get so pepperminted out, and I really should have probably started with a different flavor. So I want to go to cinnamon next. And so those are just some different ways to see. This is a vape. That's not what we're wanting to do. We don't want a vape. That's replacing one bad habit with a potentially worse habit. No vaping. A diffuser of essential oils and a flavored core that, again, I'm pretty sure probably partially essential oils, but I haven't looked into it. So no vapor, just natural plants. So that's essential oil sounding to me, right? It's in that area of thought anyway. And so those are the things that we're using. Would you like the smoking cessation series, Vanessa?
Yes, that'll be good. My husband needs to quit. He had cancer. He got half his lung, and he keeps saying he needs to quit.
It's so hard. I've been trying seriously for 10 years, and even more seriously for about at least 2. And if my husband hadn't found the Puffy Air and the FOOM, I don't know what I would still be doing to try to help him quit. It would be so hard. So
but it's not a vape, right? Because he's totally against vape. So.
I am totally against vape as well. So I absolutely support him. I would tell him, of course, this is the smoking cessation series here. Okay. If you want, I can go ahead and add on the FOOM and the Puffy Air. Just remember, again, we are always trying to save you money. I'm hoping this will save me money. I can't promise it, but it saves money from health costs if you quit smoking cigarettes for sure, no matter what, right? So they're just not a low cost product. And that's typically what we low cost or free. That's our goal. That's our goal. That's our goal. But these are for cost Not necessarily cheap, but maybe cheaper than what someone is spending on cigarettes. Healthy way to replace the habit with something much better. Okay. So yeah, super awesome stuff. And it's really, I smoked 5 less cigarettes yesterday because of the puffy air and the gum to a lesser degree. So let me grab this because the Utah one won't do you any good in Alabama. So I won't grab that one. This is the one we like the best. I got the 4-pack because my husband also drinks. And so for him, liver cleanse is good. And then I have chronic insomnia since I was about 6 years old or earlier. And so the melatonin diffuser or sleep support, we're going to trade those out. He's going to get the other purple one. I'm going to get the other blue one. And we're going to check those out as well. These both taste really good. I actually like the lung cleanse flavor the best, but they both taste really good. This has a more citrusy flavored taste, which is what I expected out of an energy diffuser, right? Okay. Oh, and they light up on the end. They have a little teeny LED light, and that really is a soothing touch. I have to be real about it. Okay, so let me make sure I copied this, and then I'll just go ahead and go here fully and copy that link for you as well, but get rid of the junk. There you go. And this one is good. My husband uses this one more because he leaves the house to go to work. His office, they already use an essential oil diffuser in their office. And so they don't care if he stays in his actual office and even uses the essential oil diffuser, the puffy air one. He can use that inside. And so he does use both of them because he can go out of his office and go anywhere in the facility and use the one that's just flavored air. That's not a diffuser, right? Really, really cool. And I wish him luck and success, and tell him that he's got a couple buddies in Utah who are there with him trying to do the same thing. All right. And sometimes that really helps people.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely, my dear. All right. Anyone else interested in the smoking cessation information? You too, Mr. Benny. Thank you, Benny. I appreciate it. Is Charity, is that you two for, no, that's for the first one, right? I'm not sure if Charity's here with us still. She is. Okay, but she
I
knows.
struggle with I'm like panic, and then the first pet series, right?
Pet series? No, this is for smoking. Benny, Vanessa, and I, we're all interested in quitting smoking for one reason or another.
I vape.
You vape, and
I've since 2011.
That may be worse for you than smoking cigarettes, right? You're aware of that, I'm sure.
Really?
There's a
Because
lot
I
of
can smell and
confusion.
taste things, and
there may be different ways that it attacks you, but it actually is harder on your lungs from
man.
So would you
CNN
be interested in
came
getting
out.
back in this smoking cessation series that we've got going on here?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Put me in there. I used to smoke 3.5 packs a day, full
Oh, I'm
flavored
glad that you don't
menthols.
do that. Oh my God, you were just that's like suicide in a pack, babe. That's bad Skittles. Okay,
And
so
I use a cigarette holder, so just imagine all that.
I don't know what that would mean.
It's just like Carrillo DeVille, or that's the only person.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, I wish
they might have filtered out some of it, honestly.
Yes, and it made your fingers not stinking yellow, so.
Yeah, mine didn't do that, but I smoke outside and I only smoke a pack a day.
Yeah, if you're smoking 3.5 packs a day, your fingers are definitely gonna turn yellow.
So it's the report initially. There's a lot of great resources in there. That's the free and low cost support.
Oh.
But then my husband and I are using these 2 products that I'm not an advocate or anything, and they're not low cost. But of course, if we save our health, that is a lot cheaper than doctors and surgeries and lung replacements and,
Right.
So puffy air, lung detox, and FOOM, the good habit. Those are both things that are really helping us quit. And they have that, the puffy air specifically, it's diffusing essential oils. So when you're supposed to breathe it out through your nose, not your mouth, which was a little hard for me at first. And my husband refuses to do it so far. But it has that diffused essential oil, that vapor that you breathe out. It's not vaping, but it's essential
Right.
oil vapor that you're breathing out, and you can see that smoke. And it also has a little LED light on the end that lights up like a cigarette light.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's very
I notice
mentally.
myself having like tons of things in my hands all the time that are just random, like lots of things. I
To
think
just
like
massage it.
yes, because I used to constantly have a cigarette.
Well, and the thing that my husband really likes about the Foom is it's
Mhm.
actually a fidget tool.
Oh, oh well,
It
there we
gets
go.
in, and you want it open however much you want it open when you're breathing through it, so that you get the amount of airflow that you want. But you can
Oh,
just
that's
spin it,
cool.
and he likes it because it's also a magnet, and you can pop it in and out of
Oh, that
not the
sounds
disposable ones, the permanent ones, like the ones that you can replace all
right.
the different flavors through.
See, that's what I do agree with these new disposable ones because I used to just have a friend that made the vape for me.
That's
And
really dangerous.
the ones I don't that I've noticed such a difference in like in my throat and the way it feels with these ones that are coming from whatever country, they're not being even made
Well, the
here.
Puffy Air is disposable. That's the one that is an essential oil because it kind of gets dirty inside of itself
Well,
from the
that's
essential
in
oils,
different.
right?
That's an essential. Yeah, that's a good
But
one.
the
Yeah.
Foom, the Foom is not. If you can get disposable, but it's kind of bad for the environment, and you only
Mm-hmm.
have, I think, 3 flavors you get to choose from.
Yeah.
It's better to go ahead and invest in the non-disposable one, and
Yes.
then it becomes
Mhm.
that fidget tool
That's
and
so cool.
a double fidget tool, right? As well
Yes.
as opening up, like, I don't know, 10, 12, 13 different flavors.
That's cool. Yeah.
And it's
Most
just
definitely. Thank
air
you.
that you're breathing in with that one, and the other one you're just breathing in diffused essential oils. So
Okay.
way, way better habit, right? That's
Yeah.
why the Foom is called the good habit.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. I've never heard of it. And
Maybe we should have a little quit smoking group in Collectively Rewilding, guys. That's not really a Let's Go Help Too type of a thing, but maybe that would be a good thing to get together and support each other in over in the member meetups.
yeah, most definitely. Thank you,
I think
Sabrina. That's
absolutely. I think Tammy may smoke cigarettes as well.
I believe she does. I have heard
Yep.
her ask for one before.
So maybe we can just all kind of add that onto our kind of stuff that we're doing over there.
Yeah, watch out. I might start putting in research study numbers or something, really start posting and engaging more.
That would
Yay.
be wonderful, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, let's do that. And of course, again, Collectively Rewilding is free. Miss Wendy is also there with us, as is Benny. The great environment focusing
Yes.
on agricultural outdoor activities of all,
Yes.
right?
I have agoraphobia. I need to go really bad.
Well, but right now we're working on opening up your windows, right?
Yes.
That's the
Right.
first step. That's the
And
first step.
I just
Manageable
did it.
step.
Yes, I just did that when like during class. I literally
That's
just did
beautiful,
that.
Charity. I'm so
Thank you.
happy.
Oh, you're so
So
sweet. Thank you. I'm gonna
you are
mute
the
myself
sweet
now.
one. I'm not sweet. Remember how this whole started with like the Gen X? I'm
Yes.
not sweet, okay? I'm definitely tired of not outright bitter or fiery.
Yes. Well, some of us got a little spice. I have some, it's hidden, but when it comes out, watch out.
Yes, right. That's as I age, I'm able to control it better. So I'm a little bit more like that. It's a little different, but yes, right.
Thanks,
So
Sabrina.
you're gaining your anger voice a little bit. Sometimes I think it would be better for you to gain a little bit of it. Just don't follow my path and get a hold of that anger so much that you have to battle it for a couple of decades before you have.
Right. Yeah. Well, hopefully you don't see the anger voice, right?
No, I've never heard anything even remotely approaching irritation from you, Charity.
Yes.
So
Uh,
that's why I'm saying maybe sometimes you might need to be able to project some of it at the
yes.
appropriate moment.
There've been a few appropriate moments. Yeah. I get. Thank you.
So very good, guys. A little kind of off topic. That's more towards the healthcare assistance space, right? But always relevant. And let's all quit this nasty habit and go for good habits instead together, right? Working on all of them, from getting outside in our gardens, getting in the sunlight, and getting that crap out of our lungs. You never know, quitting smoking might even improve your overall just feel and health to the point, Charity, that it helps with the agoraphobia as well.
Very nice to know. Thank you.
And that you can take it with you and smoke that fume wherever. It doesn't put anything out. There's nothing anyone can say, and you can use it as that fidgeter piece too.
I used to vape all the time everywhere because I started in 2011. I went from 3.5 packs to 0 in 5 days with
Yeah, but
the
how much are you vaping, right?
not very much.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, congratulations. Then maybe
Yes.
for you it is better than what it was, but still I've heard really bad stuff about vaping. And so
Yes.
let's move towards that other better alternative. Right?
Yes. Yes. I love
And don't
essential
forget,
oils.
there are the free and low cost opportunities like the cigarettes and patches. And if you, or excuse me, the gum, the nicotine gum and patches. And if you don't like the gum, you can get lozenges and patches, or you can just get patches, or just get gum, or just get lozenges. You know, it's kind of customizable, and they just send it to you. And so
I definitely am going to look into that.
and it's for vaping as well, and they don't even ask your income. They don't worry about that. It's not about it.
Cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm pretty sure that like Philip Morris and some places like that have to pay for these resources for us.
Oh, nice. That's very nice. Usually
And
it's
very
just the
appropriate and fair.
state.
Right?
Yes, the state taxes us, and then they put that hopefully towards healthcare. But I don't know. Every state's different. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna mute myself.
Oh no, you guys are all great. So we really are running out of time there. Does anybody have anything that they needed covered that we can rock out really quickly before we walk through the upcoming classes for tomorrow?
I just ordered 2 puff airs. The lunch. So hopefully
I
my
hope your
husband.
husband enjoys them, Vanessa. They taste delicious, right? Like not like candy exactly, more like a
Right? It's
fruit
not like a
juice,
vapor.
or you know, it's really nice.
I hope he takes it because he's like vapes or he. I had one and he got all mad. Throw that away, bro.
No, it's not a vape. It's not a vape. And that site walks you through all of it, explains all of it so that if he's uncomfortable with it, he can tear through that himself to find out the truth. Okay. All right, guys.
Excited.
I'm really excited too. I'm excited for us. I'm excited for him. And, you know, if you tried the vaping, you could try it as well. It's not a negative, right? So, like, if you have trouble sleeping, or if you drink a little bit, or you want energy, as well as, of course, the lung cleanse if you're, you know, having a cold or something, even if you don't smoke. And then, so for tomorrow, today's last class is this. If you would like to join another class tonight, of course, please feel free to join me in Collectively Rewilding, along with possibly Benny, Vanessa, and Wendy. And Wendy, I didn't get to tell you again, I love the way your name is spelled. Talking about Collectively Rewilding, I love names that mean something. And generally, when you see Wendy, it's Wendy, not Wendy, right? And so very, very pretty. I love that. All right, guys. Tomorrow will be Amber's early class, Amber Hawkins, and she will be with you all at 7:30 a.m. Pacific, 8:30 a.m. Mountain, 9:30 a.m. Central, and 10:30 a.m. Eastern. And I will be back with you along with Miss Megan. We'll all be following her lead. I am as much a student as all of you in these classes. Megan is our guide, action plan for your nonprofit, and that will be at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 3:30 Mountain, 4:30 Central, and 5:30 Eastern. Hope to see you guys in both of those classes and all of the rest for the weekend before I'm back with you again next Monday. All right, everyone, please feel free to unmute and say good night.
Good night, everybody. It was wonderful to see you and wonderful to chat. It was a very nice, cool class. Very, very informative. Thank you.
Bye, Benny. Wendy.
Bye,
See you next
Benny.
class.
Goodbye. And Ronald, who we didn't get to work with. Bye, everyone.